What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So let's start this video with Derek Lunsford. So this was taken about 7 weeks out from this year's Mr. Olympia. And if you have followed Chris Aceto and how he goes about training his guys, his athletes, then you must know he's very big on giving his guys burgers and fries when a refeed is needed. So Derek getting a cheat meal 7 weeks out before the show time, that is actually a very good indication that he must be in a very good spot on the road to this year's Mr. Olympia. So they have to make sure that he stays big and round and he doesn't lose all that muscle, especially the volume on his quads leading into the show, and they're gonna hold on to that for as long as they can.
Yesterday we did quads, and despite getting a burger and fries last night, I don't feel like it did anything. Which means my body is now becoming a machine.
They wanna make sure that he doesn't get ready way too soon, because we saw how that backfired big time last year at the Olympia when he was trying to defend his Olympia title, and kind of the same thing happened this year too, as he went kind of backwards from the Arnold Ohio to the Pittsburgh Pro. So they have to make sure that they drop the hammer as late as they possibly can. So Derek is known to have some of the greatest back this sport has ever seen, and you can literally see the fibers while he's working his back, especially in his traps. And we know how there is still plenty of time to fine tune things and get even better than this. Now it's no secret at this point that Derek is kind of the underdog. All the predictions, all the opinions, all the podcasts that we have seen in the past couple of weeks, he isn't the favorite going into this year's Mr. Olympia. And the same ones who said that he's gonna lose to Andrew Jack at this year's Arnold Ohio because there is no possible way he can show up with a balanced physique because of that little time from the Olympia to the Arnold. Well, Derek did prove all of them wrong. Not only he brought a more balanced physique, he also brought the best condition of his career. He was dry and detailed like never before. So kind of the same people, they are counting him out. And the man on the other hand seems very confident that he can peak the same way as he did for the Arnold, if not better. And he's very sure that he's gonna bring a much better package compared to what we saw at the Arnold. And I sincerely hope that he does, because it will be such a treat to see all the top 4 guys at their 100% come Olympia this year. Troll or blink too hard. Have you subscribed yet? Please don't make me bring out the emotional blackmail. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon. It's free, it's painless, and that makes me look way cooler than I actually am. So talking about the top 4, Hadichoopan drops another bombshell of an update and showing everyone what that Persian conditioning looks like, the conditioning that is known for. So we are now under 40 days out from this year's Olympia prejudging, and the fans around the world, they are keenly waiting for Hadichoopan to arrive in the US and get busy with the business of bodybuilding. So I wonder whether Hadichoopan, he's gonna go back to his roots and try to bring a similar package to the year 2019, because when he was asked about his favorite physique, he did not pick the Arnold Ohio from last year. He picked 2019 Van Pro look and 2019 Olympia look. So what an interesting coincidence that the guy whom Hadichoopan is chasing this year, Samson Dauda, who by the way looked awesome in the guest posing that he just did, and over 90% of the fans and the media, they have this opinion that Samson is gonna repeat. Well, that same guy competed at Van Pro back in 2019 too, when no one knew about him. And 6 years later, we are heading into this insane battle at this year's Mr. Olympia, and chances are Hadi is also gonna be polished like a maniac this year in October. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Hadi is the only active IFBB pro in the men's open who is still working with Evogen Nutrition, which is Honey Rambott's company. And both these guys repost their stories. So truthfully, most of the fans, they will be very happy to see if Honey helps Hadichoopan through these final few weeks leading into this year's Mr. Olympia. They have been training together since early 2018. And Honey, we all know, is the greatest coach of all time. No one understands Hadi's physique better than him. And it will be a dream come true if all these guys, Samson, Hadi, Derek, and the Mutant, they show up at their 100%. Next up, we have an update from Tonio Burton, just under 6 weeks out from this year's Mr. Olympia. And the way the man is looking right now, he's gonna show up 100% better than the Dubai Pro Show, which by the way is his goal for this show. So this has to be one of the best front relaxed in the entire men's open bodybuilding at the moment. And this was the pose that got Tonio Burton so much attention at the Dubai Pro Show, standing next to William Bonac and Behrouz Tabani. And he was able to expose guys like Nathan Diasha and Bonac in that shot. So Tonio has those crazy sweeping quads, a very small waistline, those full-blown round shoulders, on which he by the way gets accused of using oil in them, which he has categorically denied, and that too multiple times. So there are some people out there who had absolutely no problem with Tonio Burton beating Behrouz Tabani in Dubai. So in terms of the overall balance, Tonio had a better physique and better proportions than Behrouz Tabani, because Behrouz we saw had some discrepancies between his upper and lower half. So speaking from that perspective, his goal of cracking top 5 at this year's Mr. Olympia, that kind of makes sense, because we are also rating Behrouz Tabani as high as a first Olympia call-out guy. Now I'm not saying that Tonio's Dubai Pro version, that is gonna be good enough to get him top 5. But what if he comes in drastically improved, especially in his side shots? Because those are his only weakness, especially in terms of size. While in terms of conditioning, he's one of the most consistent guy in that entire pro league at the moment. And just take a look at his Legion Sports and Dubai Pro look and see the difference for yourselves. So before talking about Terrence latest physique update, look at the one and the only hashtag he used in this update, the number 4th. So ever since Classic Physique came onto the scene back in 2016, there have been only 3 Olympia champions. And that is the self-belief of Terrence that he's going to be the man number 4 to wear that crown. So this right here is a flawless physique. Waist is almost non-existent. And just to give you guys a clear picture on how improved Terrence is gonna come in for this upcoming Mr. Olympia, here is a comparison of the back relaxed. So one was taken 2 weeks prior to this year's Pittsburgh Pro, and the other one is from now. The width, the density, also the detail on his back, that is looking totally different. Legs from the back, they are looking bigger and more rounder overall. And we have to keep in mind, even that Pittsburgh Pro physique, that was so much better and so much improved compared to what we saw at the Olympia back in 2023. So one of the biggest critique of Terrence at this year's New York Pro and the Pittsburgh Pro, it was that his quads from the front, they are some of the best in the entire classic physique. But his hamstrings, they needed more work, especially from the side. And that is exactly where Terrence's focus has been all throughout this mini off-season, which started after the Pittsburgh Pro. So we cannot imagine this year's Mr. Olympia with Terrence not being in the mix. But the man isn't looking to place 3rd or even 2nd. He's aiming for number 1 spot. And this is a very dangerous looking Terrence Next up, we have 5.5 weeks out physique update from Behrouz Tabani. So who else thinks that Behrouz should have done the Italy Pro and the Germany Pro show, as he is already in a superb shape and he could have earned more money and also add more IFBB Pro wins to his resume? Because up until this point, we haven't heard any news or anything new about his visa status. So in the worst case scenario, in which Behrouz Tabani doesn't get his visa, he went through this prep for absolutely nothing. So he won a huge paycheck of 140 grand by winning Dubai Pro. But Milos himself, he preaches about competing as much as one possibly can, especially when you are in a good shape. So Behrouz Tabani may have missed a great opportunity to get some more pro wins. Now, as a part of the bodybuilding community, I sincerely hope he gets to compete at the Olympia this year, because that will be one of the most anticipated men's open Olympia debut of this year, despite the fact that we have so many guys making their debuts at the Olympia this year. And Behrouz Tabani undoubtedly has some of the craziest and some of the most amazing shape in the entire men's open. On top of that, very few people out there can get as hard and as dry as Behrouz Tabani does. So all those attributes, they make him a very solid contender for that first call out at the Olympia. Now on the flip side, if Behrouz Tabani would have done Italy Pro and Germany Pro, he would have denied all these guys their Olympia qualifications. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.